European Central Bank, easy question for you. How aggressively should it move?
I think they've already indicated what they're about to do.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see some hikes coming down the pike in a few months. I think they've been very clear on their direction of travel, and I think that is needed, particularly in this time.
Can't happen quickly enough, really, with the inflation levels in Europe, can it?
Yeah, I think they determine their pace, and it's right now. There's a number of factors that are clearly weighing in on that decision.
Yeah.
They have been very clear, though. I think you're seeing some of the direction of travel already coming out by the ECB. And I think certainly at this time, when we have these unprecedented crises just piling onto one another, it is absolutely paramount, as we did in previous crises, that we begin to set direction. I think we all need that, and we can then all act accordingly.
So they tie themselves in knots, though. If they give us too detailed a roadmap, and it was a very interesting comment I heard from one of our commentators in the last 24 hours. If they give us too detailed a roadmap and then they diverge from that roadmap, the market's going to worry. People are going to worry. Whereas if they give us too much information, they too are tied into that path as well.
So there, in a nutshell, lies the central bank's dilemma. And so, again, I would just applaud a direction of travel, because I think we all need that in this time, and particularly in Europe, given the interplay of so many different factors right now in the various economies, whether it's domestic like in the Netherlands, or whether it's Europe. So to set that direction of travel, to see what's coming down the pike, I think is, like I said, is important.
Yeah. But high rates, not high rates. And I had this conversation earlier with Jose Vinales as well. So we're nowhere near positive rates in Europe. We're not going to get anywhere near positive rates in Europe, not this year or next, are we?
So let's try and look at the positive side of this. Okay, negative interest rates. I know we want to make that step very quickly.
Yeah.
Negative interest rates are an abomination. I mean, negative interest rates is a territory no one wants to stray into. It's not good for customers. It's not good for anybody. And so to begin to hike back up is at least that start. Yeah. Now, clearly the pace of that will determine on what's going to happen over the next, I would say, year or two, clearly.
Robert, even if we get to 0, or we get to 1%, or even 2% on rate, which is a long way off, and I don't know when we're going to get there, we're still at greater negative rates than we were when it was negative 0.5.
Well, you're going to get you're going to get to low, you're still in low interest rates environments. Yeah. So getting away from negative interest rates, seeing those first hikes coming up, will begin to set the market in a direction. And I think we need to take it from there.
What about the smart people out there who debate furiously with me on this channel that actually raising rates is just going to make things worse? It's not going to save any of the problems at all as well. In fact, if anything, it's going to exacerbate the problems.
Yeah, I do think there is continuing on in this negative interest rate environment is not the answer to what we're currently seeing. So clearly with inflation spiking the way it is, particularly when you look at it domestically in a country like the Netherlands, where a lot of that inflation is imported. So you've got energy price hikes now coming down. The global supply chains continuing to constrict. Inflationary pressure will continue. Yeah. And so therefore, to begin to move interest rates in order to allow some compensation now, and in order to really begin to see whether you can push down that demand, I think it's a first step. But like I said, you need to continue to watch for the effects coming down.